Hey guys, Chainbreakers Garden here. So I'm just gonna be. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday first off. But I'm gonna be brief, man. Something strange happened. I've been out here since like 6 in the morning. I was out here as the sun was really coming up good. Nope, I take that back. I was out here probably around 6 or 7. Hear that halt? That's a halt. Never mind. Hmm, interesting. Nevertheless, I was out here, and as when I came out here, there was a hummingbird that was flying over the garden. That's very strange. I don't have anything out here um, for a hummingbird. There's nothing out here that would interest a hummingbird. There, tomatoes and you know zucchinis and squashes, but that's not hummingbird food. That's not. They're yellow, and there's nothing out here. So it was very strange. And as I as I listened to Jakes, Bishop Jakes, as I continued my quest to put seeds for collards down, I till up that awful side on the other side. It will not till it up, but try something different. I um I was inspired by his word because his word was that when you're doing something that you were meant to do, or you were basically what your hands are blessed in, to others it may seem strange. I think that is so. I think at the time when I heard it, it shook me a little bit because this is what we're doing. If you're homesteading, you're gardening, you're farming, I know a lot of people may not can make sense of it. And then I came back to something. My wife had a conversation. Um, she had a conversation with a lady this over the week about the lady wanting to start a garden, and she was scared to go to Home Depot or Lowe's because they may try to upsell her on they may try to upsell her on something, which I assure you, I wasn't there, but I can tell you they're not going to upsell you on anything there, just because it's they're not they don't get paid enough, in my opinion, to deal with what they deal with. Nevertheless, my wife told her, well, my husband, he didn't really do all that. All he did was he used everything. All he used was a hoe, which is at the time not true. She thought I did everything with a hoe, but I used a tiller in parts of this back garden, and then I just used this plastic, of course. But in the other garden, the other garden I did that whole thing by hand for our first 2 years with just with the hoe. The lady said then, oh my goodness, that's going back to slavery days. Yo, first of all, we need to drop this notion that this association with agriculture, with slavery, as we of people of color. I think that's what keeps so many of us out of this. And that's why so many people then look at us as being strange. So Bishop Jakes was on the money this morning. But nevertheless, you don't need and I left that pack of toasted basil out here. You don't need a bunch of fancy stuff to make a garden. You really don't. And if you take the more economically feasible option and route, um, you don't have to associate that with a period of darkness. Nevertheless, I was struck by Jakes and what he said, because this is not what you're doing if you're gardening and you're farming and you're homesteading, and it's strange, man. It's strange. There's no other way to look at it. Once I got done, I was done, and of course I had to come through and cut the grass, and and I cut my grass, and I got back here, sat on the back step, and I had the hummingbird was back, and he hovered over the garden for another 5 minutes. It's like he was dancing over the garden, man. He was literally just like dancing over the garden. I'm not sure if it was a female around or he was showing off. You know what I'm saying? To his peoples or what? But it was very strange. I am the type that believes in signs and wonders. Uh, miracles and signs and wonders, and just to see, there's just a little confirmation to me on that level, you know, that I'm where I need to be. And I believe you are too, if you're watching this channel. I believe we are where we need to be, though people may not make sense of what we are doing. And you don't have to spend a bunch of money to do this. The seeds are relatively inexpensive. Nevertheless, I just wanted to share that because I thought that was a great sign to see. Hope you guys have a great day and a better Sunday. And we'll get at it again some other time, guys. Peace.